By the way, we heard that you gave us some pub today on ESPN. Thank you very much.
I accidentally said the word Junkies on another network.
Good for you.
I love it. I love it.
They were probably like, who?
I believe we have audio of that. We can give it a listen here.
Hold on, D. Hold on.
Great to be in Houston. Wonderful town. Normally, at this time of the morning, I'd be with the Junks in Washington, but wanted to bring you guys Shipley's.
Oh, you are the man.
Thank you, D.
Do they have any clue who the Junks are?
Oh, they know.
Speaking of the players, we talked a little bit about the Pro Bowl, and it was interesting. After the Pro Bowl, I think it was Everson Griffin from the Vikings said he wants to keep playing the game because there's some talk of maybe the game going away and they're trying new things, and this year it went back to AFC, NFC, but it seemed like it was well received this year.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the numbers and won't look at them probably until Thursday, Friday. You know, look, I think the thing about the Pro Bowl is always just the obvious. It's another game for guys to play where there's a risk of injury. And so obviously guys want to be careful not to injure themselves. This was the first year that we were able to work out an injury protection for guys who weren't under contract. But our other big problem was the league made a decision to do this skills competition without really sharing with us what they wanted to do, and hadn't provided adequate insurance for the players. So we feel we have an obligation to tell the players that they might be doing something that could be career-ending that doesn't have insurance. And it forced the league to step up and provide insurance, and that's fine. But, you know, we'll take a look at the game and see where we go from there.
Hey, D, what is this I'm reading about? Do you guys have anything to do with this spring league that, like, Greg Hardy's gonna sign up for? I guess what gives older vets an opportunity to play 4 or 5 games in front of the scouts. Do you guys have anything to do with that?
Well, there's two things. Somebody opened up a new spring league, and we have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I did read that the league had, I guess, decided to redo the veteran combine. And it looks to me the same veteran combine that they decided to cancel last year because they really didn't have any interest. And I think that only 2 guys made it from the veteran combine to an actual roster.
Right.
So, look, I mean, we look at the veteran combine as fine. If the league wants to do that, but make sure that they provide adequate protection to the players, then fine. The spring league, we have nothing to do with.
Nothing to do with it. Okay, I gotcha. You've been doing a lot of speaking. I see you're speaking everywhere. What are you doing?
Well,
he's a lawyer. He likes to talk.
Well, I'm a lawyer, and they pay me by the word, so
Right.
obviously that's what you're going to do. Yeah, I mean, here's the reality about it. 1, I love doing your show, obviously.
Right.
But 2, Super Bowl week gives us an opportunity to frame issues in a way that's hard, you know, during the season. I mean, you guys have been down here. You know that the media coverage for Super Bowl is ridiculous. And so it's a great opportunity to really frame a lot of issues. And there's also a lot of non-sports journalists that come down here to cover it.
Right.
And so it's a good opportunity to talk about issues that are important to the players.
What are the biggest misconceptions, 1 or 2 of them, that people come to you with about the union, about your guys and what you guys do?
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception, at least for Super Bowl week, is that, you know, I'm just bouncing from party to party. I have yet
You're not?
for that to be my actual experience. Come on, man. I mean, I got up. I had to be at the ESPN set at, dawn?
Right.
I'm not saying it wasn't a party, but, no, I mean, I think the biggest misconception about the union is it's not until you tell people that we had to go on strike to get pensions for players, or that we had to threaten to sue the league in order to get better health and safety for the players, or players had to decide, you know, whether or not they were going to play football if the league wouldn't provide for compensation. I mean, this morning, obviously, on the show, I talked about we have staff in Springfield, Illinois right now trying to fight a bill being supported by the Bears organization that would take injury care, lifetime injury care, away from NFL players. So, you know, I think people have this conception that somehow the owners are a bunch of wonderful, benevolent people who bestow rights on players. And you know, I've been on the show long enough. Man, everything's a fight, and everything's a fight to the death.
Have you guys done any research yet? I'm sure you have, but maybe it's obviously not complete. Season's not over, but the regular season is that the limited contact, it's been a few years now, but the limited contact that you guys have now in camp and throughout the week, et cetera, has actually reduced injuries, or have they sort of gone up because now you're tracking them more vociferously? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw an increase in concussion, the increase in the incidence of concussions last year, which I'm pretty much convinced was due to the fact that we're doing a better job of actually counting when guys have concussions or subconcussive events. The one thing I will say about the, changing two-a-days and giving guys longer off-season and cutting down hitting to 1 day a week is you can't talk to a player who doesn't say that my body feels better, I think I can play longer.